And let's move our breakpoint to the trails permission function. So now the next time that we reload the page, if trails permission gets called, then it will stop the process here and we can take a look at how this function came to be called. Now in order to view the permissions, we need to go to a page where the permissions are loaded. And we can do that by going to People and Permissions. Okay, I'm going to jump back to the editor, and we see here that our script has stopped at the trails permission function. And now we can take a look at the call stack. This call stack is a little bit longer because this is a little further down the Drupal execution process. And let's go ahead and step up the call stack. We see on this second line is a call to call user func array, which should look familiar from the hook init function. And if we step one more up, we'll find that we land in module.inc, line 745 in module invoke. Now when we were looking at how hook init works, we saw that it ran a function called module invoke all. The module invoke function is similar, except instead of invoking across all modules, it's invoking on a specific module. So let's go ahead and take a look at how this function runs. The very first line in module invoke is the same as we saw in the module invoke all. We're grabbing the arguments passed to the function by using func get args. But in this case, instead of the hook being the first item in the array, it's actually the module that's the first item, and then the hook is the second item. Secondly, we're cleaning up the array by removing the module and the hook items from the array. Next, we're calling module hook, which is just a shorthand for checking to see if this function exists. If we go ahead and jump to the definition of this function, we'll see that it's actually just exactly that. Return function exists, and then the module, underscore, and the hook. And finally, here's the call to call user func array, and it takes the module, adds an underscore and the name of the hook, and then passes it any arguments that got passed to module invoke. So again, this is almost exactly like module invoke all, except when we step up one more step up the call stack to user.admin.inc, line 686, in user admin permissions, that function, we see that we're in the middle of a for each loop that's grabbing all of the modules and running through each module and running module invoke on it. Whereas module invoke all runs through each module by itself, this is manually running through each module. And if we look up just a little bit up the function, we see for each module implements permission. So this is checking for each module that implements the permission hook. Now this again looks very similar to the previous function, except now we're handling it manually in the user admin permissions function instead of running it through module invoke all.